My name is Aaron. Today we are talking about the 1962 film Harakiri, which is probably the most offensive way you could say the name of that movie. But I'm here with my childhood friends, Chris in Valley Ranch and Charles the Fruhuja, and we're here. We're going to talk about this movie. So um, they we got into a little tiff over the week. So as punishment, I forced them to rent this Japanese subtitled black and white 1962 movie to watch with me. Which by the way, I don't know if you know this, guys. It is supposedly one of the greatest. It's in IMDb's top 100 top movies of all time. It's number 33, which is really high. Like movies of all time, which is a very high accolade. It's on a lot of the top lists. One of the greatest Japanese films of all time, besides Seven Samurai. But we'll get into all that. First thing that we're gonna do is you guys are gonna give me your hot takes or your blurb about like your first impressions of the movie. What is like you had to summarize what you thought of the movie, and whoever touches their nose last has to go first.
I was going to win that race. Overall summary of the movie, I thought it was really well done. I thought it was a good story. I thought the pacing was well done. The only thing I will say that maybe some people take as a hot take is it was a little predictable.
Hmm.
Um, the second they like showed the kid, I can't remember if they were playing piano or something, or maybe like writing with his daughter up above the other two samurai when they were in the courtyard, the two friends. And at that point, I was like, I guarantee you that's going to be that kid that told the same story.
So you got it pretty
Yeah,
quick.
and and I mean that's like I'm not too upset about that part because it was even if you know the ending, it can be a fun journey, and it was a
Yeah.
really fun journey. My favorite like little thing was how with the top knots, how instead of killing him, he knew it would be more disrespectful, and forced them to take their own lives by cutting off the top knots. Like I like that little attention to detail.
Mm. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, the thing with the top knots is just it's so it's so much more impressive that instead of killing them like you said, for like as a warrior, right? Like it's one thing like John Wick comes in and he like boom, 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 he like shoots people, right? But then this dude is like, no, I'm not gonna kill anybody. I'm just gonna like chop off their pride, their what would you call it? Their like
You hit it
their
on the head with that one. The pride.
their
I mean, it's
honor.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I thought that was that. I think that was like better than like I thought initially. Obviously, I thought, oh, he killed them, but no, he literally just disgraced them. So yeah. All right, go ahead, Charlie. What do you got?
I enjoyed it. I wanted to know why you chose the movie. It seemed kind of
Yeah,
random.
it's been on my list for a number of years. I love foreign cinema. I think nobody does drama better than Koreans, number one, and Japanese films are like Quentin Tarantino is a famous director and obviously is inspired by spaghetti westerns, which were also in turn inspired by old
Era.
Japanese films. Yeah, so it's kind of like iterations on top of each other. This like these lone warrior stories and the sense of pride and the whole like culture behind like fighting and honor and stuff like that. They're really like evergreen symbols and stuff. And it's just like I said, it's top 33 films of all time. I went in knowing almost nothing about it. I always learn everything after the fact, so I can go in really fresh. So, did you get to watch it, Charlie? Not on your phone, or did you have to watch it on your phone?
I don't know. I watched it on my phone. Let's be honest here, but that does not, ruin my experience. I enjoyed it. I actually quite enjoyed the movie. I actually don't mind
Really?
reading subtitles because I read subtitles all the time. I'm a father, so I can't hear anything.
Ah, that's such a good point. I did not think of that. I was like, wow, I'm gonna make Charlie read, and then I know Chris is dyslexic, so I was like, is he gonna be able to watch this movie at
That
all?
was it's a good time.
I
It
was
was a good
thinking
time.
offensively. I honestly was like, wait, will he be able to watch this?
I mean, you
That
did
made
say you
sense.
were trying to punish him, so
Yeah.
Yes. I wasn't intentional though. I didn't think about the dyslexia until after, and I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Ah, he'll be fine."
Figured it out. I watch a lot of anime.
I just like
Did you end up dub or no? Did you find a dub for it, Chris?
No, I just watched the subtitle.
Oh, okay, all right,
yeah, I just watched
yeah,
the subtitle too. I mean,
heck
I
yeah.
enjoyed it. I got really into it really quick. Actually, I was like, oh, this is neat.
Dude.
I was like, ooh, I like this, and like the layers kept coming. I don't think it was
Yeah.
overly predictable. I don't think. I mean, like you kind of got like it was going to be a revenge thing, like pretty fairly early on. But like I was like, oh, I'm like why are all these people sick? Like I went down a whole like I like to go down rabbit holes when I'm watching movies, and I'm like went down a whole rabbit hole where I'm like, all right, his daughter isn't dead, and she was in the room because she's one of like the little girls that work in the building or something, and she heard the who did what and talked about everything. I don't know. I thought she was going to be more involved for some reason, and she
Yeah,
was
she did kinda
poisoned.
take a
She
back
poisoned them with whatever illness she had, but she was just dying because she was, tired.
That
But
was
no, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was pretty intense. You know, the pacing was cool. I mean, even like all the slow walking, it made it way more dramatic. Some of the transitions were a little rough, especially like one of the first ones. Like, I was like, wait, when they're talking about, he's like, oh, I want to commit Harakiri here, and he's like, all right, and then like he's talking to a whole different guy, and like the next scene, I was
yeah.
like, wait,
Oh,
what
that
happened?
happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me too.
But that
Yeah, I
was
had to
only early
rewind it.
on. And
Wait a
later on,
second.
it got better. The transitions
Yeah.
got better on. But that
Oh,
first
so that's so
one was
interesting.
weird.
Yeah, because that's so interesting. Same exact thing happened. I don't know if that happened to you, Chris, because like in the beginning, I was like, I had to rewind. I was like, wait a minute, what did I miss? Like, is he talking to the same guy? That happened to me too. That's so funny that you
Well,
mentioned
I
that.
think they were.
Yeah.
The thing I take away is maybe they were meant to be like parallel because everything up to a certain point it was the same exact story. So
Mm.
maybe it was a show That's why That's why I picked up on the kid when they showed him is because it's like there's a connection between these two. That's why they're shooting it back and forth like this.
When
Yeah.
did they show the kid? That was like over. I feel like it was like past like the halfway point.
I mean that sounds about right.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
probably right over the midway point.
yeah. I mean, you still had a good bit. I mean, it was a long movie.
It
I mean, for like
was.
the
Yeah.
amount of stuff that happened in it.
Yeah, that's why I said it was great pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel very long.
I mean, obviously it's an older movie, so like the actual like sword fighting, I was like, all right, like they made it very dramatic, and I'm sure back then that's what you wanted to do, but like it's kind of when you're used to newer movies where there's actually like crazy sword fights going on. It's like, man, imagine there was like a sick ass sword fight right now. I mean, it would take away from probably like the theatrics and drama of it, but it would have been sick.
Well, I mean, it was kind of the style back then. It wasn't just this movie, but there was a kind of style for those movies. Because, like you said, bring a fun fact. Like, people complain about the original Star Wars movies where the strikes were slow and precise. That's because George Lucas based them on movies like this, where it was shot slow, single strikes. It wasn't meant to be fast paced.
I don't mind the slow strikes
Yeah.
either. It's just like when there's like 8 of them around him, it's like, all right, this guy's really just like, all right, one guy, fa. I mean, it wasn't like badly done. It was just, it's an older style. I don't watch older films. I don't watch black and white. I don't watch foreign films. Let's be honest. I was like, all right.
Wow. So this was like out of your normal watching window. This is like totally kind of a newer experience for you watching this movie. So that's so great that you liked it.
Yeah, I never would have watched this movie on my own. So I appreciate you picking it because I did enjoy it.
I'm glad. I'm so
Good
glad.
punishment. Great punishment.
Yeah, right. Good punishment. Yeah. Also, I have one fun fact about the fight scenes. Well, actually, it's kind of like a two-parter. One is that what I thought was really cool about those fight scenes that you mentioned was a lot of samurai movies and stuff like that at the time. I think were very like one samurai against like 100, right? And he like kills like all of them. That was like the thing, but that they like kind of seeped this, like kept it like down, like more realism was a really interesting choice. He killed I think they said he killed 4 of them, and he injured 8 others or something like that. And then he did commit spoiler warning, but he did commit the act at the end after disgracing and throwing the armor stuff. And we're gonna get into all that. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, like it made me so mad. I was like, this man just went through all this, took you guys down, tried to teach you honor, and when he is trying to finish himself off and do what he wanted to do, they shoot him. I was like, why? You don't need to at that point. Like that just seemed almost petty to me. Like I was really irritated at that part.
That did piss me off a little bit too, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
The villains, they didn't have honor. It was like the whole team, like you're honorless. Like you thought you were being you guys are so honored. We're gonna make this guy punishment for trying to disgrace us, but really, you guys were the dishonorable ones.
Yeah, it was a facade dude. There were so many great. I had a thing with some of the one-liners there. Also, last fun fact about the fight.
I apologize. We're gonna butcher these names. Let's just be honest. Tatsuya Nakadiya.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good to me. Tatsuya Nakadiya. I'm trying to say it with an authentic accent, but I feel like it comes across offensive. Does it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Please don't do it again.
I'm sorry. We can edit that part out. We can take that part out. Also, the composer, Takemitsu. Toro Takemitsu was the composer, and there was a little inside joke on set that the bamboo swords that they used are called Takemitsu swords, like those false swords. They're called Takemitsu. So seppuku, which is harikari, another word for harikari, like the suicide thing. So they would call it on set seppuku by Takemitsu, music by Takemitsu, which was kind of like a weird, I don't know. I guess that's some kind of Japanese joke, but it sounds kind of funny in a way. I don't know. Maybe
everyone's got their humor, man. Everyone's got their
humor. Head.
Tatsu, let's call him the main actor. He was always really scared on set when they were doing the fight scenes, when they were doing the sword scenes, because they didn't use fake swords. They used real swords.
Really?
So because it was back then, they didn't have any they were just using the real thing, So he was always scared when they were the scenes. He's like, yeah, someone could really have gotten very injured. So that's kind
of makes sense for lighting wise, because if you're thinking about when you're on set, light's going to reflect differently off real metal compared to anything else. Could have been a reason why.
I just am so excited by. So, this movie just blew. I just was not expecting it to be what it was. Who wants to go first?
I said, what was your favorite scene of the movie?
Go first, Aaron.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I was asking you.
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
I would.
Oh,
yes.
My favorite scene. Gosh, what was my favorite scene in the movie? First of all, the thought of every frame a painting, really applies so well to this movie. There were so many scenes that just you could paint almost every frame of this movie. I mean, it was just incredible. Out on the plains where the two fighters, and it was so windy, and they're facing off against each other. When he's in the house by himself and he's despondent, and the guy comes to his door with his hat on and knocks on it. The house is empty because he's poor, and literally all he's doing is waiting to die, basically waiting to take his revenge, to teach these people honor. He's just sitting there in the house by himself. The scene, obviously, where the son-in-law commits seppuku with the bamboo swords, just trying again and again. Dude, that was brutal. That was really hard to watch. It's hard to pick a favorite. See, I think my favorite thing was when he threw out the top knots. That guy, dude, everything he did was impressive. He's the definition of commanding presence on screen. Just every moment that he interrupted when they said, "Oh, do you want this?" and he's like, "Oh, you know," and he just commanded the room. Whatever the guy was doing, he had to stop, because this guy commanded him so much with his voice and with his body language. It was just really impressive. I think any time that he took control of the situation, I think, was my favorite. I think anytime where he like stopped the leader of the house, or like the guy whose house he was in. I wish I knew their names because it sounds so stupid just saying the guy, but I think that was the most impressive part for me. Just the way that he commanded presence on screen in general was just my favorite.
Chris?
I had to go with a favorite. That's kind of hard. I think when he's about to go down at the end, when he's got the armor and he like throws it on the ground,
Mm,
like last kind of fu, and you guys, you know, what he stood for, you guys don't stand for, and just that last little fu to the face, and he didn't he got everything he wanted. I mean, one of the generals, I'm not sure if it was a general, but one of the head, what do they call them?
The second,
No,
the warrior samurai retainer.
no, retainers, yes. Like the
Yeah.
three head retainers, like one of them automatically just took his own life, and then the head of the house, forced the other two to take their lives. And
Did he?
yeah,
well,
he
okay.
sent the guy to be like, hey, go to these guys' houses. They can either take their own lives or
That's
kill
right.
them. And we also both know that story of what happened, he can try to hide it as much as he wants, but he's not going to be able to. Someone's going to hear in the town, and someone's going to sense weakness, and someone's going to take advantage of it. So, I mean, I think it was kind of the end of that house he started, like a domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think what was that quote that he there were so many great quotes, dude. What was that one that he said? Um like others' misfortune today may be yours tomorrow.
Yeah, that one. That was really good.
No,
Dude, that was sick.
yeah, no, the whole ending where he gets to throw the armor was great because, like, it kind of came full circle because that was the entrance of the whole movie. It's just like this armor, like this background sound and kind of music, gongs or whatever was going on in the background.
The gongs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like the misty around it, just like this armor. I'm like looking, I'm like, is this an actual dude in it? Is this just armor chilling here? And honestly, my favorite part was the like first 30 minutes of the movie. Like, I don't know, I'm a sick bastard. Like, I like the storytelling of the kid coming and just like, oh, like this kid's just trying to trick us. Like, oh, we're gonna make this kid pay, and like they just went above and beyond. Like, oh yeah, like, oh no, you have to do this. Like, you said you want a harakiri, like you're doing harakiri. Oh, you got to use your own sword. Yeah, we know it's bamboo, but too bad. Like, you got to do it. And the guy's like, until I see you're fully gutted, I will not take your head. And he doesn't. And that scene was brutal. It was gruesome to watch, and I loved every second of it. It had me hooked from there. And then I was like, oh, this is going to turn into like a whole revenge thing. And even when he was telling the tale of revenge, he talks about, he's like, oh, I got the first one. I got the second one. The third one, it didn't go down right. And then he's like, nah, just kidding. I got him too. But
yeah, that was so
like
good.
that little extra reveal. It's like, oh, I was just like, oh, he had to kill the third one. No, he didn't. He still disgraced him and had to take his own life. I think he was the one that took his own life.
Yeah, like the third one, he's like, oh, he's so hard, not to mention not killing him, but just chopping off his top knot. The fact that he's just such like he comes from another era, true honor. Like he's battle tested. Another really great quote.
Yes.
Go ahead. Do you want to say it?
No, I agree with that 100%. Talking about how, because even throughout the movie, they kept bringing up we're in a time of peace. And I mean, not to compare it to other things, but it's almost like when they talk about knights in Game of Thrones. Most of those knights would not really know what to do in real combat because they never experienced real combat. So you can practice all day in a dojo and everything like that, but when you're actually out in it and there's blood and everything around you, how do you react then?
One of the other quotes, swordship not tested in battle is like the art of swimming mastered on land.
Oh yeah, I really like that one. That was a good one.
Bangers, dude.
I think I just missed that. I don't remember that one.
That was a good one.
We were just talking about it. Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about. And also, Charlie, what you said, and interrupt me, Chris, if you have something for this, but it's so interesting. And first of all, I am a huge sucker for courtroom dramas. I love me a good courtroom drama. Like, And I think the beginning is kind of set up a little bit that way, where like we don't know the crux, we don't know exactly what happened or how it happened, or and then when we go and we see this young kid, and we with the perception like, yeah, he's trying to trick these guys. He's just some little punk jerk, You don't really like him very much. You think he's trying. I felt at least that maybe he was trying to pull one over on them, And at first, I was like, yeah, he deserves to be punished in some way. Or maybe I thought that they would go like right to the line, like they were going to make him commit Harakiri, and then at the last minute be like, I hope you learned your lesson, and then like let him like beat him up and let him go or something. The fact that they actually made him kill himself in that brutal way was just, I was not expecting that at all. I thought like they were trying to teach the kid a lesson, because he's just a young kid. Like, yeah, he's trying to pull one over, but then like after that point, and you're like, oh wow, that little snot-nosed kid, and then he got really rough treatment. But I guess you shouldn't do that if you're a samurai, and it's all about honor. But then the context window changes as we go to Hanshuri's Sugamo. Sugamo is his name. When the context window changes when we go to Sugamo's perspective and we see the history of how that young guy got to that situation in the first place. He wasn't just some false samurai going around. He was literally desperate. A man. He was a man, like he said in the movie. He was a man of flesh and blood. He could not live and eat the air. He had to survive in a time of peace. So that I thought that was so powerful. I mean, it was really great. I'm Chris. You got anything for that or?
Well, I mean, kind of with that, but kind of away from it. I thought the overall movie. I think a lot of people nowadays should watch that movie because I think it speaks. One, you've got the aspect of. I think the kid, like a modern day comparison, would be like a kid trying to get VA benefits, like that never served in the military or anything like that, trying to qualify for things they don't deserve. And yes, there's a punishment, but I don't think those in power should be able to do whatever they want or walk all over people or abuse them or set them up or things like that. They should have systems in place to help these people. And I mean, that's kind of the vibe I got from the movie because I mean, if they say it's a whole community of Ronins, I mean, not all of them could make umbrellas like the main character was doing. So I mean, probably a lot of them were destitute and everything like that. And the only reason they have no job anymore is because the house they serve fell. I mean, necessarily doesn't mean they did anything wrong, but because the person they swore an oath to could have done 100 different things wrong, they have nowhere to go anymore. And I think that could also speak to veterans themselves, how they are taken in, promise all these great things, these great benefits and everything like that. And in the end, there's not much help for them.
Like I'm like when you're talking about like their own, I keep wanting to say owner, what they're the guy that hires them all.
Yeah.
What are they called?
The house. Yeah.
The head of the house.
Yeah,
I can't remember the actual phrase for it.
The house guy went down. Like it didn't even seem like he did anything wrong, and like the guy kept saying, like the main character was always like, I didn't even understand it. Like the people above him made the decision, like, oh no, you're kicked out, you're done.
Well, I mean, think of it kind of like in Game of Thrones. Think about how like they would be like, hey, this lord betrayed us. We don't like them anymore. We're going to kick them out so you guys can go over there, kill all of them, and take it over.
But did he even betray them? Like,
it might not have been. He could have gone broke. He could have done something majorly dishonorable. It could have been another head of house could have said they had claim to that area. Like like I said, there's a bunch of different reasons why the head of house would lose their not really family, but their.
I don't know. I just took that as like just another level of like an injustice going on. Like, oh, like this guy lost all of his stuff just because he disagreed with the people above him or something.
It definitely could have been something like that. And I mean, that just speaks to it.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually have seen a couple reviews of this movie now, and there are way more serious movie nerds than us talking about this movie. They know all the names, the pronunciation. They know like the dynasty that house was based off of on real life, and like the real life situation of Seppuku or Harakiri that was performed at that time of feudal Japan era clan household. They were Daimyo. Demoyo. Domo.
That sounded good. Domo.
No, Domo sounds. I think that's how you say hello. I don't know.
Is it thank you?
The house elder, clan, senior retainers.
You know, I don't know what like the actual traditions of samurai were, but like watching it, I felt like they were sticking true to how they would act and what they would do. Like I was like, it seems like it's historically right to me. Chris, weren't you like a big samurai fan?
Oh
When you
yeah,
were a kid?
100%. And that's why, like, I mean, I can't tell you like what the feudal times were and everything like that, and that's why I'm so upset. I can't remember the name of the head household. I want to say Donzo, but I know that's not right. Like the head house, there's like a special name.
I think it's daimyo.
There we go. Thank you.
Damn,
Yeah, but anyway, I think like all of it was great and it was accurate, and I mean even the combat, because samurais weren't about like they show in anime now. It's not 1,000 strikes going back and forth off and on. It's single precise strikes, because you got to think these guys are covered in armor usually when they're in battle and everything like that, so they can't do all the complex moves we're used to seeing. So you had to think about your strike before you actually did it. And I even appreciated the fact of like the amount of correlation between the warrior and his blade they brought up. Like your blade, like he said, he would have never thought about selling his blade. It would have never even crossed his mind, because
His
that's
soul.
part of, yes, it's part of who you are as a person. That's why it's a big deal to pass it down in a family, because you're passing it on, you're passing tradition on to other generations.
Hmm.
Even the fact that they brought him white clothes, I thought was great. I can't remember what the little stool is called for the blade, but I like the fact they actually brought him. That's one of the reasons they carried a second blade even in the World War II. A lot of Japanese soldiers, because some of them would still take their own lives if the situation called for it. And I thought it was all a great attention to detail. Even the fact, they could have set it up as him being like a mercenary or something like that, but because he wanted to stay true to his honor, he became an umbrella maker. Like, I mean, there's so many other things he probably could have done, but he decided to do something peaceful to, raise those two kids.
Yeah.
I liked when he mentioned later on when he's like, talking about how he beat all their like main guys, and he's like, yeah, I haven't, used a sword in like 9 years or something. Like,
Yeah.
and I still just destroyed your best people. Like, no problem. And
Yeah.
like you said, he chose something peaceful. Like he's like wasn't even thinking about it. He was doing umbrella stuff. And, enjoying his grandkid. I liked how the actor like as a loving grandfather, like I loved how he acted with the kid.
Oh yeah, it was so sweet.
Like he was so
Yeah,
excited about it. Like I loved all that. Like that showing his home life, like that whole part of the movie. It was like, oh, like how rough it ended up being, but like when they had their happy moments, it was like guy was happy.
Yeah.
Post all this fighting and everything, he was just happy in some simple times, and it's just hard things just kept coming. Like life happened, bad things happened. He just led the worst situations, and then it's like good people suffer for no reason. It just happens.
And I don't know, maybe you guys, like, I know you guys weren't big into anime like I was back in the day, but 90s kids. Do you guys remember like Rurouni Kenshin at all?
Yes.
It gave me those vibes. Like, hey, I can be super peaceful, I can be relaxed, I can be happy-go-lucky, or I can burn you down to the earth. Like, which one do you want? Like, that was kind of the vibes I got from the main character.
Yeah. I thought that actor did great. I enjoyed it.
He's like one of the best Japanese. I think he's one of the greatest actors listed like of all time. Sugano. Yeah, but the actor he was in the Shadow Warrior, another top 10 Japanese movie. He was the main character in one of my. I'm a huge Shakespeare nerd. He was the main character in probably the greatest Shakespeare adaptation ever created, and it's not even close. Called Ran, which is so King Lear, which is one of Shakespeare's greatest works. They made a Japanese version of it called Ran, and I mean, when you say every frame of painting, that one is just such an incredible watch. May eventually force you guys to watch that one. Is incredible, and he plays the lead in that movie. But he's played the lead in a lot of like incredible like top 10 Japanese flicks. But also, I want to ask you guys a question. Since we're talking about like samurai content and whatnot, do any of you have a favorite piece of? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, before we go on to that, the best Shakespeare adaptation of all time is actually Romeo and Juliet with John Leguizamo. That is cinema masterpiece right there. Cinema
Guys,
gold.
hold on. Have you seen Romeo and Juliet?
Ooh, he's got you there. He's
Romeo
got
and
you there.
Juliet,
Modern day classics.
great adaptation. Loved it.
I kid you not, though. Like,
there.
fun story is I watched Romeo and Juliet before we read Shakespeare in high school. So actually, my my love of Shakespeare started because of that movie, and I was excited. Dyslexic. So once we got to those books in high school, like I was struggling with them. So that movie helped me get through the book, so that I could get through class.
Actually, you know what? That's really valid. That's fair. Heck yeah.
It's a guilty. I know it's not a good movie. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine.
Which one is it? Is it the Romeo plus Juliet? Is that the one?
Yeah, the one with like John Leguizamo. He's got like the ridiculous golden. I can't remember Desert Eagles or not.
Oh yeah. With the gun.
Yeah.
I've seen clips. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
You've got to watch. It's so bad. We might have to watch that at some point, just for like a trash movie review or something.
Oof.
Yeah, just to give it a Razzie.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. If we're taking turns picking movies, I already know what I'm picking.
Sandlot.
Oh, what are you picking?
It would be Jesus Christ Vampire Slayer because I needed to watch it. It has the best intro ever as a preview. It's bringing it in, and it's like, since the dawn of time, vampires have feared. No, vampires no longer fear the sun, but now they need to fear the Son of God. And it's just like Jesus fighting vampires, a motorcycle. It's ridiculous. It looks so terrible.
What the heck?
Must have been snubbed at the Oscars.
Oh man,
That sounds incredible. That
Yeah.
sounds incredible. I want to see that actually.
I need a reason to watch it. You're gonna give me one. We're gonna watch it.
It sounds incredibly sacrilegious, but I also really want to see Velocipaster.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's.
I've seen parts of that. Is oh man,
Llamageddon.
I haven't heard of that one.
Alien llamas. They shoot lasers.
Armageddon. That's so stupid. I love it. That's great. All right. So, favorite samurai content ever made?
Rurouni Kenshin. Like that started my love of anime. I know everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z," but no. Rurouni Kenshin. I remember the first episode. Like everyone made fun of him. He was just a lovable idiot. And then it was like, it's time to go. I'm beating everyone down. Like that. That was my favorite.
I have to watch that one.
I did actually watch that anime. I'm not a big anime person, but I did watch it. It was on Adult Swim, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Adult Swim, and then it was Toonami.
Yeah,
I think it's Toonami then Adult Swim.
One of them. But
yeah.
I watched some of the animes that came on Adult Swim just because I was up and watched it. But that was a good one. I did enjoy that. But
better than Samurai.
The Last Samurai was a great movie.
Tom
Cruise. That was such a good ending.
Very, that was another long movie. I feel like when I watch movies that have to do with like Asian culture, they're always longer movies. I don't know if that's like a thing.
I think it is. I think they're generally longer.
They feel longer. I don't know. Like,
the pacing is different. Also, like Western audiences versus like American audiences, and then also Charlie, it's kind of like a cool. And this may be like a hot take, but it's kind of a cool thing to be able to watch these movies on your phone in segments, because otherwise you may never sit down and be able to watch these movies. But the fact that you're able to bring them with you and watch them in pieces throughout the day, you're not getting the ultimate experience, but you're getting to experience some of the movie. And if you like it enough, you can always go back one time, like, all right, I really like this. I want to sit down and watch it, or oh, I'm going to show my significant other, or I'm going to show my kids, or whatever. I mean, maybe not this movie, but like there's that experience that you have to be able to like show somebody that you care about. Look, dude, I saw this movie. I didn't really get to experience it fully, but we got to put it on. It was incredible. Like, let's boom, So that is cool that you get to do that. Because there's a lot of movies I've done that. Like, I'm not going to sit down and watch this movie, but I'm going to throw it on for 15 minutes while I'm in the shower. I don't know if you've ever done that. I'll just like put it on my little shower thing that I hang in there. I'm just like, like watching, like,
I did some of this movie like that, so I understand.
Yeah. You're looking at me like that's crazy, but you're like,
I know.
That.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, yes, I did that today, actually.
I guess I'm the weird one in this situation.
Yeah.
No, I spent the well, I
dude,
spent
no Afro Samurai, Chris.
Do you guys? So, like, I'm gonna tell an embarrassing story about myself. Like, I loved Hironi Kenshin so much. My email address for like before all that out was just Samurai X. That was my username for everything. Like, it was like even my philosophy of like try to kill him with kindness first before you become aggressive came from like that show. Like
Aaron, you don't remember him big into this stuff?
Yeah, like I had samurai stuff all over my room because of that show. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so you were like a super fan of that show.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites. I remember. Yeah, and I remember like one of the coolest things ever is this dude. Like, if I remember the scene correctly, he like was fighting him, and they were trying to keep things like cool but also like logical. So he had like gunpowder sleeves, and when people got too close, he would like run his blade across the gunpowder, and it would like get him in the face. So I just remember like one of the best episodes or moves ever is he just like goes in, gets beneath the guy, gets up close, and takes him out. Like I don't know, like just that one scene. I don't know. So I'm rambling. It's one of my favorite shows.
No, that's cool.
I rewatched it probably coming up soon.
Yeah, like you're saying, it affected you so deeply that you're like, dude, that's like the coolest. Yeah, heck yeah. Did you ever watch? Neither you watched Samurai Champloo or Afro Samurai?
I watched some of Afro Samurai, but hear me out. Hear me out. I love Samuel Jackson. He's one of my favorite people of all time. He is Mace Windu. He is Nick Fury. But when I saw that character and his voice was coming out, all I could see was Samuel Jackson, and it kind of just took me out. I think when Samuel Jackson acts a little bit like a little more aggressive than himself or a little more strategical than himself, he's different. But when he just plays Samuel Jackson, I don't know. It's kind of like that's one of the reasons. Huh?
Yeah. I didn't feel like he played himself in that, did he? Yeah, he did. He was not the main character. He was like the monkey or whatever.
No, he was. I'm pretty sure he was the main character.
Was he? I feel like he put on a different voice. It's been so many years since I saw that.
Samuel Jackson was the monkey in the show. Just cut that clip.
Wasn't there a monkey? There was a creature that he was friends with, or that tried to be friends with him.
There might be a monkey.
Oh no, he was the main character.
Yeah, I told you.
The monkey.
Some said Samuel Jackson.
That's so funny. That's so crazy that you say that, because I thought that show is just a miniseries, first of all, and just the concept, like of him with like the guns and then the skeleton guy was just, it was so well done, so good. The graphics were incredible. Highly recommend if you like samurai stuff and you like anime by any weird chance, and you're watching this and you've never seen Afro Samurai, go watch Afro. A miniseries, incredible series. Really great.
I just found out earlier this week that it was a mini series, so I actually probably saw all of it, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I saw the first season," and then I saw like last week it was like, "Yeah, it's on."
That's
it. Max maybe.
Aaron, I'm actually kind of shocked you didn't say Samurai Jack.
Oh, I love Samurai.
Oh, Samurai Jack.
I feel like you, Aaron, like not so much you, Charlie. I feel like you, Aaron, specifically, because you're kind of like me. You like the techno future look of stuff. Dude, so I feel like that would have been your favorite.
Samurai Jack was a favorite for sure, dude. Samurai Jack. And then they did that revival series. I don't think I got to see the revival series.
Oh, it's dark.
Is it? Oh, I can imagine it would have to be.
I can't remember what happened afterwards, like how it ended, but I remember there's like one part where this like girl he like falls in love with gets like taken over by Aku, and she's like just begging him to kill her.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah, so I mean, it was like, yeah,
Jeez.
because that one
Wow.
came back. I think it came back instead of Cartoon Network was Adult Swim. Also, that would be the first black person to voice a samurai. What's his face? Was it Philip Lamar?
Phil Lamar, yeah.
Yeah, same guy that does what's his face from Futurama. That's
Oh,
and he was Green Lantern. I don't know, he's a really big voice actor.
oh, he played John
Stewart.
Stewart. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
heck
Green
yeah.
Lantern. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I don't know how he has like to be able to do such high range voices and also such like deep voices. I don't know. That's just impressive.
Some guys just got it.
Chris also super big in the Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oddly enough, though, I will say Jon Stewart's probably not my favorite.
Who's your favorite Green Lantern?
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, dude. Yes.
I don't know.
Guy
Who's that guy?
Gardner is my favorite. Well, okay. Kyle Rayner
Bad
is super
take,
cool.
then. Bad take.
Have you seen the new Superman commercials, Charlie?
Dreadfully, yes.
Have you seen the guy with like
Dude,
the
I
bowl
cannot
cut?
wait. I watched any of the trailers. No trailers, no
Yeah.
spoilers. Don't talk about it. I'm going to see it this weekend.
And what's oddly enough,
so
that my
excited for
favorite panel
Nathan.
with Guy Gardner is like where Superman knocks him out. I can't remember how, but like Superman gets irritated, takes his ring off, and just knocks him out. And it's just
he
one of the best.
probably deserved it.
Oh, he did. He is one of the worst people in the universe. Like, you know, Charlie, you'd love him.
And Lobo, dude,
Yeah.
I love them. I want to see a Lobo Guy Gardner movie. That's what I want to see.
Because then they're both comedic relief. No one's really like serious enough. That's why I like Guy Gardner. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I understand his main issues aren't that great. He's a great comedic relief character.
Yeah.
Like that's how I see him. I don't see him necessarily like his main stories are awesome. Like when he became a Red Lantern, and I think it was just Red Lantern. That was really good.
Obviously, he has the yellow power ring. Obviously, for
Yo,
most of his run.
Does he have yellow?
Yeah, he had the yellow power ring for a long time in the 90s, 2000s.
Forgot about that. I only remember
he had
the red.
a Sinestro ring, a yellow ring for a long time. He had a power ring. And then there was this whole run where the ring gets absorbed with his body. And anyway, we're going to nerd out about comics, but it's fine. So back to the... All right, I guess we'll do the game and finish this out. So here we go. We're going to play the same game that we played last time, where we guess on a numerical scale the IMDb rating for this film on a scale of 1 to 10. As I've said before, and I'll explain it again, as the scale goes, generally speaking, movies that are worth watching, the threshold for me, in my opinion, this is my proprietary system, the threshold is 6.5. 6.5 means that the movie did at least one thing really well. It had a couple great characters, had a great soundtrack, great location, great plot, but everything else kind of fell apart. It was too long. It was boring. The characters were flat. A bunch of stuff did not work. One thing worked really well. 7.5 and above, it's done two things right. It had a great vibe, had a great director. It was fast paced. It was a really great story, but the ending sucked. It just totally fell apart in the second half. You know, you're like, oh man, that was fun to watch, but I'm never gonna watch that again. Anything over a 7.5, really anything over an 8 is rewatch territory. It's movies that you would watch again, or like a greatest movie, like a movie that changed your life or that affected your life philosophy, that really changed you. That's anything above an 8. Generally, you don't see anything above like a high 8 point something. For reference, Star Wars, I think, is like a New Hope or Return of New Hope, I think, is like an 8.3. Lord of the Rings is like an 8.5. That's like the scale. So, having explained that, you guys go ahead and give your guesses. And there is going to be an interesting prize at the given to you guys after the stream. I'm going to start being able to give them during the stream, but right now you're going to have to wait till after. But it is pretty cool, and it's a new system that I'm going to implement that other people who watch the pod are going to be able to take part of, actually. So who wants to go first?
Well, I want to start off first. I nailed it last time. Do I get a prize for that?
You do, actually. You literally get a higher tier prize. Basically, what I have created is a limited NFT system. Yes, NFTs. So it's going to be artwork. Whoever places the bets, you'll be able to place bets, bet your tokens, and whoever wins will get a higher rarity NFT. And then at the end of the quarter, whoever gets the most gets like unlocks an even higher like elite tier NFT. That's higher value. I will find some way to make it more valuable up at the top, but right now it'll probably just be cool artwork or sound bites or something from the movie, some referential thing like that. So you're going to be sent your unique NFT for getting exactly the right score for our last movie. So, and we'll do that moving forward. And then anytime we do new movies, there's going to be a different system for that. But for the rules as they go right now, Charlie already has the most valuable NFT on the stream. So congratulations, Charlie.
All right, for the normal people, I don't know what an NFT is. You're just throwing letters at me over here. I'm the common show. I'm the common.
It's basically like an internet Pokemon card, like a collector's.
Got me
trading.
a Pokemon. Sick.
Oh, excuse me. It's basically like a collector's Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's like a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Like a pic. It's like getting a picture of a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Okay, yeah. He's gonna send me a picture.
Yeah, it's a non-fungible token. It's supposed to be like a non-replicatable, unique bit of code with a cool piece of artwork or audio or something like that that is unique to you, that can hold value based on whatever anybody is willing to pay for it. And when you have a limited number, that makes it more valuable. And then the longer you hold on to it, the more that value. I'm bringing you back because they're so easy to make now that I figured I'd put together a system for our little games as a prize, just something fun. And then people could, add their own, they can start, like I said, betting their tokens, and then whoever wins, they'll get NFTs, and it'll be a whole system. So I'm putting finishing touches on that, but that will be sent to you as your first prize and your second if you win again today.
Color me intrigued. I'm very interested.
All right.
What's the highest score you've ever seen on IMDb? Is it like the 8.34 range stuff?
No, I have seen. Okay, well, for movies, I don't think I've seen anything higher than and I don't even know, like an 8.8. For show, like Breaking Bad is a 9.1, which is arguably one of the greatest shows of all time. Yeah. So that's for reference, like a 9.1 or 9.2 or something like that. So it's obviously one of the greatest of all time. So that's, I think, the highest score I've ever seen on anything. But shows are a little bit different. Sometimes they can be rated higher for whatever reason, but movies tend to be more grounded. So I think the highest I've seen is maybe an 8.8, maybe like an 8.7, 8.8, I think.
All right. Well, my personal score of the movie, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I enjoyed it. Like I said, black and white, throwback, throwback fight style. Not my thing. I mean, I respect it. It was great, but I enjoyed the acting. I enjoyed the story. I mean, it had depth to it. You got the action part of it. You got like a mysterious buildup. You got, your emotions, your heartstrings pulled at. I mean, the guy lost his daughter, his grandson, his son-in-law. Like, you saw the kid sick and dying. Like, it hit you on so many different levels, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go with a 8.2 on IMDb. I mean, you said it was the top 100. I don't know how you know it's the top 100.
Number 33.
Number 33.
Yes.
Okay, so even more detail. I'm a little sus of you not knowing the number.
Yes. Well, I know where it's ranked, and I've already locked in my guess. That's the other thing. We'll lock in guesses before we go on, so that way when the reveal happens, we'll iron out the details. We're still obviously this is the only second one we've ever done. We'll iron it out, but this is the general idea. But I've already locked in what my guess is. Hey,
My audience was waving. It's
Hi, guys.
Clone.
Heck yeah, dude. You already got an audience. Hey!
No, I've not ate my Milky Way yet.
Who's that?
Asian
That
Charlie.
is Asian Charlie. He lives in my extra room.
Oh, hi, Asian Charlie.
He's my friend. He's my adopted son.
Ah, konnichiwa.
Second favorite after Zach.
You want to talk anime stuff? That guy, not me. That guy.
Okay. We'll have to get him on. We'll have to add him in.
Adam in. But who's guessing next? I got 8.2.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
So I originally wanted to go with like a 9 because I think it's just a really well done movie. And I mean, 33 seems high up on the list. 8.5.
8.5.
Be in the middle.
Nice. 8.5. Okay. It's obviously a masterpiece, masterfully directed, masterfully acted. Every frame is a painting. The only thing is it's so dark to the point where like I don't want to watch it again like tomorrow. Like the ending is pretty rough, you know. Well, it flipped over. So I personally would want to give it like I think an 8.6, 8.7. It was incredibly good. It really grabbed me. The whole vibe was just so cool. The acting was just so incredibly good. IMDb I think is going to rate it like an 8.4. 8.4.
I got the low number again.
All right, so I did 8.4. Charlie's 8.2, and Chris is
8.5.
8.5. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. 8.6.
Christopher.
Who got it? Chris got it.
Yeah.
Yes. And Chris is the receiver of our second minted NFT for our IMDb game. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a future millionaire?
This might be the first time Chris has won anything.
Right?
Really?
No, I win. No, I win every time I go to the doctor's office. Right?
Yeah, always good news.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, always good
positive.
news. But no. As long as it's a picture of Charlie with a cat face, that's all I have request.
Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We've done it. This was our stream, Briefly Obsessed. This was our movie, Harikari. These are Charles and Hidden Valley, and I, Bo, Aaron, and thank you for joining us. This was great. What'd you guys think? How'd we do? Was this more organized?
I think I liked the first one better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna take some trial and error.
A little trial and error, but we stayed on topic, and it's like an hour. So, like, which is why I wanted. I wanted like an hour. So,
Yeah.
All right, who's picking next movie?
Yo.
What are we watching?
So I feel kind of bad because I watched a critically acclaimed movie and then I picked something like this.
Wait. Can you wait until 2 days before we're supposed to do something super late?
No, I'm gonna change it
something?
2 days before we're supposed to watch it, just like Aaron would. So I'm gonna show my colors here, but growing up with my mom, I watched a lot of Charmed, and Julian McMahon became one of my favorite actors from Cole and Nip Tuck, and I honestly think he was a fun part of Fantastic Four. So I feel like in his memory and with the next one coming out, like we were talking about, sometimes watch a little trashy movie, little guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I feel like watch the Fantastic Four movie.
Let's watch it.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this the movie that decided to make Jessica Alba invisible?
Yes.
Disgraceful. I'll have plenty to complain about, and it'll probably be all surrounding the Invisible Woman.
Wait, and doesn't it also have Captain America?
Yes.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, he plays the original not the original, but the Johnny Storm from those movies,
which they bring back in Wolverine
Deadpool.
versus Deadpool. So
Yeah.
funny.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Never mind.
I haven't watched it in forever, probably because of the reason already stated. I think I just complained about it then too, but I'll
I learned to dance.
I'll
the
have
bye
it
bye
up on
bye
the
dance.
phone, guys. Don't you worry. I'll have it up on the phone in no time.
There you go. All right. Well, that's what we're doing for our next one. We're watching the original
Not
Fantastic
the
Four
original.
movie
Not the original.
with
Not
Jessica
the
Alba.
This is the
It's
05.
not the original.
No, the
05.
original was some terrible
There's
production
one
made back
before that. They made
and like
another one.
in the 80s or 90s. There was a Fantastic Four movie made that was so bad it never made it to theaters. They make fun of it in Arrested Development. It was so bad it was never released. Yeah, that's the
Oh
original.
wow, here it is.
I don't know if it doesn't get released.
1994.
Yeah.
This looks bad. We should watch this. This looks insane. Guess the
Nice.
rating on that one, Chris.
4.2.
No,
3.8.
Oof. Hey, wait.
All right.
No, never mind. I'm gonna save it.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? What do you
No,
got?
I was gonna tell you to look up a movie, but I was like, maybe I'll pick that movie. I don't know.
You want me to look it up?
You get next.
No. I might pick it. We might have to guess it.
Okay.
Who knows?
All right,
Good day, fellas.
Bye, guys.
Love ya.
gentlemen. Love you too.
Bye.